The ocean is a world of constant movement. Waves crash upon the shore, tides rise and fall with the pull of the moon. Below the surface, currents flow like vast, unseen rivers, shaping the seafloor. In this restless realm, there exists a creature that has mastered the art of surrender. It does not fight the currents but joins them. This is the jellyfish, an animal that has drifted through our planet's oceans for over 500 million years. They are true survivors, silent witnesses to the rise and fall of dinosaurs. They are witnesses to the slow, steady drift of the continents themselves. Their story is one of quiet persistence, a testament to a design that has needed little change over epochs. Tonight, we invite you into their world. We will drift alongside them, observing their gentle, pulsing movements. Our exploration will be guided by three main themes. First, we will investigate their incredible adaptability. How have these creatures managed to survive for so long, through so many changes in our planet's climate and oceans? We will see how they can thrive in a wide range of conditions, from clear, open water to crowded, nutrient-rich bays. Our second theme concerns their unique physical characteristics. A jellyfish is a marvel of biological engineering. It is mostly water, yet it is a highly effective predator. We will explore the physics of their movement, a gentle and highly efficient form of jet propulsion. The third and final theme of our documentary is the equipment we use to study them. Understanding jellyfish requires clever tools and techniques. We will look at the technology that allows us to explore their deep-sea habitats, from remotely operated vehicles to advanced sonar systems. When we picture a jellyfish, we almost invariably imagine this form, the drifting, gelatinous bell with its trailing, elegant tentacles. This is the adult, or Medusa stage, a name borrowed from Greek mythology. Early naturalists, struck by the creature's flowing appendages, saw a parallel to the Gorgon Medusa and her hair of living snakes. This is the jellyfish's most visible life, a traveler carried on the ocean's currents, its primary purpose to disperse and reproduce. For most of its existence, however, the jellyfish leads a second, hidden life, one that is far less familiar and profoundly different. The journey between these two lives is one of nature's most remarkable transformations, a cycle of constant reinvention that has ensured their survival for over 500 million years. The Medusa stage is the culmination of the jellyfish's sexual life cycle, analogous to a flower in full bloom. When environmental cues are just right, a subtle shift in water temperature, a change in light, or even the phase of the moon, the Medusa begin to spawn. Most species are broadcast spawners. Males release vast clouds of sperm into the water, and females release their eggs. It is a strategy of overwhelming odds, a numbers game played in the vastness of the ocean, where the chance of a single sperm finding an egg is infinitesimally small. In some species, the process is more intimate. Females may catch sperm from the water and fertilize their eggs internally, brooding them in their oral arms until they are ready to be released. Whether fertilized externally or internally, the successful union of sperm and egg gives rise to a new organism, a tiny swimming larva called a planula. Covered in microscopic hair-like cilia that beat in unison, the planula embarks on the first journey of its life. It is a creature with a singular, critical mission. The planula larva does not swim for long, typically only a few days. It is actively seeking not just any surface, but a suitable home. Using simple chemical and tactile sensors, it probes the seafloor, searching for the right texture, the right angle, and the presence of specific bacterial biofilms that signal a safe and nutrient-rich environment. It might investigate a rock, the underside of a dock, or an oyster shell. The choice it makes is crucial, as this location will become its permanent anchor for the next phase of its life. Once it finds its spot, the planula cements itself to the surface and undergoes a dramatic transformation. It changes from a free-swimming creature into a stationary one, reconfiguring its entire body plan. The wandering larva becomes a fixed, sessile hunter. This new form is called a polyp. It looks less like a jellyfish and more like a tiny sea anemone or a miniature flower-like stalk, often only a few millimeters tall. With a mouth at the top surrounded by a ring of small tentacles, the polyp spends its days patiently waiting, capturing any microscopic plankton that drifts within its reach. This is the jellyfish's second secret life, a patient-rooted existence, hidden from plain sight on the ocean floor. In this stationary form, the jellyfish reveals another of its survival secrets. When conditions are favorable, with plenty of food and stable temperatures, a single polyp can create many copies of itself. This process is called asexual reproduction, or budding. A small outgrowth appears on the side of the polyp's body column, develops its own mouth and tentacles, and eventually detaches to become a new, genetically identical individual. In this way, a single larva that settles on the seafloor can eventually give rise to a dense carpet of thousands of polyps. Each one is a perfect clone of the original. This colony can persist for years, a hidden reservoir of potential, patiently waiting for the right signal to begin the cycle anew and once again release a new generation of medusae into the open ocean. This dual life cycle, alternating between a solitary sexual drifter and a colonial asexual anchor, is the key to the jellyfish's incredible resilience and global success. At first glance, a jellyfish appears to be a creature of profound simplicity. It lacks the complex organs we associate with most animals. There is no brain, there is no heart, there are no bones, and no blood. The main body of the jellyfish is the bell, or medusa. This umbrella-shaped structure is what gives the jellyfish its iconic form. It is a soft, pliable dome that can contract and relax, providing the power for movement. A tube-like structure called the manubrium hangs down from the center of the subumbrella, ending in a mouth. Trailing from the margin of the bell are the tentacles. These can range from short, fine filaments to long, ribbon-like structures that stretch for many meters. The substance that gives a jellyfish its form and substance is not muscle or bone, but a remarkable material called the Mesoglea. It is composed of up to 98% water, held together by a matrix of fibrous proteins like collagen. This makes the jellyfish essentially a structured bag of seawater, giving it a density very close to the water around it. It acts as a hydrostatic skeleton, providing a firm but flexible structure against which the muscles can work. When the muscles around the rim of the bell contract, they squeeze the mesoglea. The jellyfish may look soft and passive, but it is one of the most efficient predators in the ocean. Its success is thanks to a microscopic secret weapon, the nematocyst. Explosive, harpoon-like stinging cells cover the tentacles and the oral arms. Each tentacle can be armed with millions. A nematocyst is a marvel of cellular engineering. When prey brushes the trigger, it starts an explosive chain reaction. It happens in only a few millionths of a second. The force can puncture a crustacean shell or the skin of a fish. Once pierced, toxins are injected. The gentle, rhythmic pulsing of a jellyfish is one of the most mesmerizing sights in the ocean. This movement is a form of jet propulsion. The concept is based on Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It contracts a ring of muscles around the margin of its bell. This action squeezes the bell, reducing its volume, forcing the water trapped underneath to shoot out from behind it. When a jellyfish contracts its bell, it doesn't just push a jet of water out behind it. It also creates a donut-shaped swirl of water, known as a vortex ring. To study the life of the jellyfish, we must first find it. This fundamental challenge has driven oceanographic innovation for centuries. The quest began in earnest during the great age of sail-powered exploration. Expeditions like that of the HMS Challenger in the 1870s lowered simple, conical nets into the unknown, hauling up the first systematic collections of life from the deep. These early efforts laid the groundwork for modern biological oceanography, proving that the open ocean, far from being a barren desert, was a vibrant, teeming ecosystem. For over a century since, the most fundamental tool for this job has been the plankton net. Today's designs, like the paired bongo net, are more sophisticated but operate on the same basic principle. Towed behind a ship, the fine mesh allows water to pass through while capturing the small organisms drifting within it. This method allows scientists to sample a large volume of water and get a snapshot of the microscopic life drifting within it, including the larval stages of jellyfish. The collected sample, a concentrated soup of plankton, is funneled into a container at the end of the net, called the cod end. Back on deck, the contents are carefully rinsed into collection jars. It's a delicate process. While effective for gathering vast numbers of small organisms, the nets are not gentle. The fragile, gelatinous bodies of jellyfish are often damaged, rendering them difficult to study alive. For this reason, net sampling provides crucial data on species presence and abundance, but for observing natural behavior, researchers must turn to less invasive methods. More recently, the exploration of the deep has been revolutionized by remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs. These are unmanned, robotic submarines tethered to a surface ship by a long, armored cable that provides power and communication. Descending to depths far beyond the reach of human divers, these machines have opened up the largest habitat on Earth to our eyes. They are our proxies in a realm of crushing pressure and absolute darkness. From a darkened control room on the ship, a team of pilots and scientists can fly the ROV through the deep sea as if playing a sophisticated video game. Every movement of the joystick translates into a precise thrust or turn, thousands of meters below. This floating laboratory is equipped with an array of high-definition cameras, powerful lights, and sensitive instruments that stream data back to the surface in real time. Scientists can observe animals in their natural environment, completely undisturbed, documenting behaviors never before seen. When a particularly interesting specimen is found, the ROV can do more than just look. Using precise robotic arms, it can deploy specialized tools. Gentle suction samplers, often called the slurp, carefully draw the delicate animal into a collection chamber, preserving its fragile form for later study in the ship's lab. This ability to see, document, and then carefully collect is what makes the ROV an indispensable tool for modern deep-sea biology. Once a specimen is aboard, a new suite of tools comes into play. High-speed video is one of the most powerful. The graceful, seemingly simple pulse of a jellyfish is, in reality, a complex biomechanical event. By filming a jellyfish at thousands of frames per second and then playing it back in slow motion, scientists can deconstruct its movement in exquisite detail. They can analyze the creation of vortex rings, the efficiency of its jet propulsion, and the subtle mechanics of turning and maneuvering. Secrets of locomotion hidden within a fraction of a second. Fluorescence microscopy takes us into an even smaller world, revealing the hidden architecture of the jellyfish. This technique exploits a fascinating property of many biological tissues. When illuminated with a specific wavelength of light, often in the blue or ultraviolet range, certain molecules within the cells absorb that energy and re-emit it as a different color. Many parts of a jellyfish naturally glow in this way, allowing researchers to visualize nerve nets, muscle fibers, and other structures without the need for artificial dyes, painting a vivid map of the animal's internal landscape. While observing jellyfish in their natural habitat is crucial, some questions can only be answered in the controlled environment of a laboratory. Large, specialized aquariums known as chrysal tanks are used to house them. A chrysal tank, circular design, gentle circular flow, keeps jellyfish suspended. In these tanks, scientists can conduct experiments on their life cycle. They can raise jellyfish polyps on small plates and carefully control the water temperature. By slowly increasing the temperature, they can determine the precise thermal cue that triggers strobilation, the process where polyps release new ephyrae. In recent years, the study of genetics has opened up a completely new way of understanding jellyfish. By sequencing the DNA of a jellyfish, scientists can read its genetic blueprint. This information helps us to understand the evolutionary relationships between different species, building a more accurate family tree for these ancient animals. By taking small tissue samples from jellyfish in different locations, scientists can compare their genetic codes. If the jellyfish in two different blooms share a very similar genetic makeup, it suggests they likely came from the same source population of polyps. While genetics can tell us where a jellyfish came from, tagging methods can tell us where it is going. Tagging a soft-bodied, gelatinous animal is a major challenge. More advanced methods involve attaching small pop-up satellite tags that can record data on depth, temperature, and location for a period of time before detaching, floating to the surface, and transmitting their data to a satellite. The final set of tools in the modern jellyfish researcher's toolkit does not exist in the physical world. They are mathematical models and computer simulations. By translating our biological knowledge into mathematical equations, we can explore how jellyfish populations might behave under different scenarios. We can ask what-if questions that would be impossible to test in the real world. What if the average ocean temperature increases by 2 degrees over the next 50 years? Other models focus not on the population, but on the individual animal. Using principles of physics and fluid dynamics, scientists can create a highly realistic computer simulation of a single jellyfish swimming. Our 30-minute journey is drawing to a close. We have drifted through a world that is both alien and deeply familiar. We began by observing the jellyfish as an ancient and adaptable creature, a survivor that has navigated the Earth's oceans for over 500 million years. These three themes, adaptability, physical characteristics, our scientific methods, are not separate stories. They are woven together into a single, rich tapestry. As our understanding of the jellyfish grows, so does our perspective. Their ethereal beauty is undeniable. The sight of a moon jellyfish bloom under the stars inspires a sense of quiet awe. This journey has also shown us that jellyfish are ecologically significant. They are not a dead end in the food web. They are a critical link. However, our exploration has also raised notes of concern. We have seen how jellyfish blooms can shut down power plants, devastate fish farms, close beaches. As we warm the planet, overfish the seas, add artificial structures to our coastlines, we may be unintentionally creating a world that is more favorable for jellyfish than for other marine life. We have spent this time inside the world of the jellyfish, a world of silent pulsing, patient waiting, and sudden, explosive life. For over 500 million years, these ancient drifters have navigated the planet's oceans, witnessing the rise and fall of countless other species. The jellyfish is a master of a quiet and persistent form of existence, a living testament to the power of endurance. Its survival is not a story of brute force or intricate strategy, but of profound adaptation and an elemental connection to the rhythm of the sea. It has perfected the art of being, a state of effortless presence that has carried it through epochs. This journey has shown us that what we might perceive as simple is, in fact, a highly refined and successful blueprint for life, a design honed by the immense pressures of deep time. In a world that prizes complexity and control, a world driven by deadlines, ambitions, and the relentless pursuit of dominance, the jellyfish offers a different, more profound lesson. It thrives by surrendering to the flow. It succeeds through patience and simplicity. Where we build dams, it yields to the current. Where we seek to command, it finds strength and acceptance. This is not a passive existence, but an active, intelligent surrender. The jellyfish teaches us that there is wisdom in letting go, in trusting the larger forces that guide us. It demonstrates that true resilience is not about resisting change, but about moving with it, adapting to its ebbs and flows with grace and fluidity. It is a philosophy written in gelatinous tissue and propelled by the ocean's own breath, a counter-narrative to our frantic, modern pace. Yet, for all its apparent simplicity, the story of the jellyfish is far from over. Our own journey of understanding is just beginning. Each new submersible dive into the crushing pressures of the abyss, each genetic sequence painstakingly decoded in the lab, each sophisticated computer model simulating ocean currents and population dynamics, reveals another layer of its complex life. We are peeling back the layers of a mystery that has persisted for eons. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we have underestimated this creature. We are discovering intricate neural networks that operate without a centralized brain and biochemical processes that could revolutionize medicine. The jellyfish is not a simple organism. It is a vessel of secrets, a biological enigma that challenges our very definitions of life and intelligence. There is still so much we do not know. The questions that remain are as vast as the ocean itself. How do they navigate their long transoceanic migrations with no apparent landmarks, sensing the Earth's magnetic fields or the subtle chemistry of the currents? How do polyps clustered on the dark seafloor communicate with each other to coordinate their transformation into a synchronized bloom of medusae? What genetic triggers, lying dormant for months or years, signal the precise moment to reproduce? How do they sense the approach of a predator or the faint vibrations of distant prey? Each answer we find only spawns a dozen new questions, pulling us deeper into the intricate and beautiful puzzle of their existence. The jellyfish is a vital part of our planet's living systems, a creature of deep history and an increasingly important indicator of our ocean's future. Its blooms can be a sign of an ecosystem out of balance, a warning of warming waters or shifting chemistry. But it is also a cornerstone of marine food webs, a source of nourishment for sea turtles and ocean sunfish, and a driver of nutrient cycles that connect the surface to the deep. By taking the time to understand it, we learn more about the intricate web of life that connects us all. We see how the health of this ancient drifter is inextricably linked to our own. To study the jellyfish is to hold a mirror to the ocean, and in its reflection, we see the state of our planet. We hope this exploration has given you a new appreciation for these remarkable survivors and the vast, mysterious ocean they call home. Their story is a reminder that strength can be found in yielding, that complexity can arise from simplicity, and that even in the most alien of forms, there is a lesson for humanity. The jellyfish invites us to look closer, to think deeper, and to protect the fragile blue world we all share. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the wonders of our natural world.